Hello, fight fans. Welcome to another day of UFC events. UFC 313 is happening tonight, and it's an exciting bout with so many good clashes. This is one of the most anticipated events, even though we are still very early in the year. And it's going to be a fun one today because we have so many rivalries that on this event, right from the early preliminaries down to the main card. The card is stacked, So I would give my predictions on some of these clashes, and we'll see how it goes. I know most people are divided on what the outcomes will be, but I am pretty certain that some people are just cut out to be champions, to be winners. So let's get to it. So starting from the early preliminaries, I will only talk on the ones that I know, people who I know. So I'm looking at it. Myron Santos against Francis Marshall. I'm not too familiar with that, so I don't know, 50-50. We have the featherweights, Chris Gutierrez and John Castaneda. Chris Gutierrez is a veteran of the sport, and I would tend to favor him right there. Then you have Jordan Santos against Ozzy Diaz. Not too familiar with these guys, so I would pass on that. Now, to the preliminary cards, we have a very, very interesting one here. Starting from Alex Morono against Carlos Leo. And this is an interesting one. Alex Morono fights like a street brawler. He does his things. He's very consistent. He has the kickboxing style, and he's relentless. With his boxing and his wrestling and all that. I'm not too familiar with Carlos Leo's style, but I'm going with the more experienced UFC fighter. I think Alex Morono will get it done in the welterweight section. Then this welterweight bout. Then you also have Bruno Ferreira against Arman Petrosyan. Whoa, that's another great fight. Bruno Ferreira is a very, very powerful fighter against an Arman Petrosyan that has been seen as the next level with his striking and the style of fight. That's going to be an interesting one. I want to give the edge to Bruno Ferreira. I see Bruno Ferreira winning this one. Then you have the next fight, Joshua Van. Wow, Joshua Van has one very, very heavy hands versus Ray Suruya. Ray Suruya is 10-0, and Joshua Van is 12-2. Joshua Van, I've watched him fight, and am pretty confident that this young man will be able to pull off a win with his boxing. He has an excellent boxing that I think would get him through. So I see Joshua Van taking this one. Then we go on to the premier fight in the preliminary card. Curtis Blades against Rizian Kuniev. Okay, so it's almost like some people say veteran against an up and coming. When you say veteran, you are talking more from Curtis Blades being a veteran of the UFC platform, while Rizian Kuniev has been in other platforms, and so is doing his thing. So I'm thinking Curtis Blades has more in-ring presence with with fighting with UFC. I think he has more experience in that sense. But to me, it's a 50-50 fight. The way Curtis Blade can win is mostly via wrestling. He has to go into chain wrestling and let his hands go when the need arises. Rivian is more of a brawler. He's more of a guy who wants to exchange. So I think Curtis Blade has the advantage with the wrestling. So I'll give the edge to Curtis Blade. Now to the main card. In the main card, it starts with King Green against Mauricio Rufio. King Green is known for his grittiness and in-ring experience. He has had more fights than most people in the UFC. So I want to, and then Mauricio Rufio is this up-and-coming, bull terror. So he's been very, very efficient and very devastating in his last rounds of fights, last series of fights with opponents. I think this is going to be a step up for him against the King Green, who has had all the experience. Despite all the ups and downs with King Green, I see him pulling this one off. The way King Green does it, it's going to be a very, very interesting one. Now, the next one is Amanda Lemos against Jasmine Lucindo. Yes, Jasmine Lucindo is a very, very talented fighter. She's been up and coming for a while. No, she's been pushing the limit, pushing the game. She's very active. She's very smart with her fighting. Amanda Lemos has been there as well. I mean, they both have about the same amount of experience, but I think Amanda Lemos looks like she has had more UFC experience than Jasmine Lucindo, but I give the edge to Jasmine Lucindo just for activity and I think grit, her determination to win. Now the next one is Jalen Turner against Ignacio Bahamondes. This is very, very interesting. Jalen Turner has lost the last couple of fights that he's winning and then he loses it. Why Ignacio Bahamondes has been on the upward here. He has been more of a winner than Jalen Turner. Turner is extremely experienced. He has had better opponents, I dare to say, and he is a very good striker. But I think the momentum is on Ignacio Bahamondes' side at this point because he's been winning. But is that enough for him to get the win over Jalen Turner? I think it's like a 50-50 fight, but I'm biased. I would say Jalen Turner takes this. Then the co-main event is between Justin Gaethje and Rafael Fiziev. Wow, that's an explosive one. In fact, putting these two guys together, this is the second time they are meeting. Fiziev is coming off a very long break, after his last fight when he hurt himself against the Justin Gaethje, who also lost by knockout to Max Holloway in his last outing. Justin is eager to get a win back, to get back from that devastating loss against Max Holloway, and Rafael Fiziev is trying to prove a point because they had the first fight and Fiziev felt he could have won, right? It was basically a striking kickboxing fight, right? So I would say based on activity and probably experience and intent, I will give it to Justin Gaethje. I think Gaethje will edge this one out. It might end up in a knockout, it's possible. When punches land in a very in a way where the fighter is not expecting, even if you have an iron jaw. But a lot of times you might make a mistake and you get to experience something that you never expected. Now, finally, Alex Pereira against Magomed Ankalaev. Man, this is the clash of the titans. This is a fight that has been so long in the wait, that fight fans cannot wait any longer. Alex Pereira, the long-time light heavyweight champion, who has been on the tier, who has done whatever you want to imagine in the fighting game, even though he's just 14 fights into his career in MMA. And so it's amazing. He's going up against Magomed Ankalaev, the wrestler, the brawler, the Dagestani warrior. Is going up against this guy. So it's interesting. Magomed is a gritty fighter. He's someone that everybody considers that's going to be one of the toughest challenge for Alex Pereira. If the fight remains standing, most likely the advantage is with Alex Pereira. But if it goes into the wrestling game, I want to say that a lot of people underestimate what Alex Pereira can do with wrestling, because we've not seen him on his back for most of his career. So we're yet to see that. He has a very strong jiu-jitsu that I believe he can use. So Alex Pereira has the advantage going into this, because every fight begins standing, right? Are you going to be able to get this guy down? Is Magomed Ankalaev going to be able to get Alex Pereira down? That is yet to be seen. Then is he going to be able to knock him out? I don't think so, because he cannot really be able to exchange. He made a promise that he was going to exchange with Alex Pereira. Is that going to be possible? Nobody knows. So I still give the edge to Alex Pereira, but I wouldn't be surprised that Magomed would pull off a surprise upset against the champion. Yeah, what do you guys think? So leave your comments below. Thank you.